Okay, I'll be talking about UK residential property and IHT. Don't mind my company name on the board. I wrote it how it's supposed to be, but then I didn't realize that, the camera flips or whatever. But yeah, that says Aswa Tax, if you're wondering, which is my firm name. So when it comes to UK residential property, previously, many non-doms would envelope the UK residential property into offshore structures, most commonly offshore companies. So you'd have an offshore company, and the offshore company would own the UK residential property. That's fine. However, since the introduction of new rules from April 2017, this offshore structure doesn't really help, in the sense that the new rules introduced means that the value of the shares is brought into charge for UK IHT purposes. So the indirect holding of the UK residential property is brought back into charge for UK tax purposes. Now, what needs to be thought of is the benefit of still owning the UK residential property in the offshore structure, because one is that there are potentially higher compliance and administrative fees that need to be paid on an annual basis. So if you're looking at a trust as well, for example. Number two is the ATED rules, which if the value of the property exceeds £500,000, then annual ATED must be looked at. And moreover, there'll be no PPR available, and the company will be subject to corporation tax. The offshore company will still be subject to corporation tax when the property is sold. So care must be taken. What we've been doing recently is onshoring a lot of UK property. So bringing UK residential property back onshore. And what this means is effectively getting rid of the offshore structure, which is not beneficial anymore for IHT purposes. And that was the reason previously as to why many non-doms introduced this sort of structure. Now I see some clients paying hefty fees. For example, there's all sorts of structures. For example, there's a trust which then owns shares in the offshore company, so it's an offshore trust and offshore company. And so sometimes it just depends, as in at times it may still be beneficial leaving the envelope structure in place, and at other times it may be more beneficial to de-envelope the UK residential property. That's something we look at, that's something we do. IHT, offshore aspects of UK taxation is extremely complex. I would advise you to take professional expert advice, and this is an area we can assist with as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope that all made sense. It's just a short video, to outline a few bits. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.